want to do.
That's all you want to do. Are you feeling better today?
I am feeling better, but I'm still a little congested.
Yeah, you sound a little Brenda Vaccaro.
Well, I don't sound anything Brenda Vaccaro like Frank does.
Yeah, he sounds
He sounds like me last week.
Perhaps you gave it to him.
No, I haven't seen him to give it to him.
What have you been taking for your sickness?
I have been popping whatever pill for the symptom of which I feel at the moment. Although, I have to tell you, the other night, I took a Robitussin. And then I took a NyQuil, because I forgot that I took the Robitussin. And then I was wondering if I was going to OD, because I don't think you can take Robitussin and NyQuil all at the same time. But then, to make it even worse, I took a melatonin, you know, to go to sleep.
Right. I was gonna say, did you wash it all down with a hot toddy?
Yeah. So I figured when I was laying in bed, like all like, I was like, well, if I don't wake up tomorrow.
Who is your ICE contact in case of emergency?
Oh, that's
your mom.
My mom.
Okay. I'm ODing on fucking flu medicine. Can you please come and take me to the hospital? I can just see it happening right now.
Well, I was very comfortable, so I didn't want to go anywhere. I just...
She barely got off the couch to get into the bed.
I was, But I slept for like 14 and a half hours.
Oh. See, sometimes too much sleep is bad for you.
Well, that's how long I slept, 14 and a half hours.
Well, you sound like producer Kurt, because that's all he's been doing lately, is sleeping.
Well,
but I think it's just because he's lazy.
He is in the process of moving.
Well, he's been in the process of moving for about 2 weeks.
It takes some people longer than others.
He lives in a one-room apartment.
How many times? You've moved a lot.
I have moved quite a bit, yes.
Yeah.
We have that shit down to a science.
Do you know the last time I moved?
We talked about this like 20 years ago.
Yeah, 19 years ago.
Yeah.
That was the last time that I moved.
I would be scared if you ever called me.
Yeah.
I would be scared if you ever called me and say, hey, I need people to help me pack. I don't even know what we do.
But what? Because I was going to move?
Yeah. She would call that truck that comes and lists your house up and moves it to new property.
Oh my God, I don't know. Oh my God, I would be afraid to move. Well, I don't think it would take very long. You know, because I purge so much. The only thing that I think would be a problem is the garage.
The garage.
The garage would
Is that like your storage unit?
Yeah, it's just where things go.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember garages.
You know, I used to, which I'm much better, I used to save boxes. I think we've talked about this. Mm-hmm. So when I buy something, I save the box. I put it in the garage.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't do that.
That's my only, why, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. You want to know what? My mom does that too.
Well, I used to think, because if I move,
I'll need it.
Then I could put it back in the box I got it from, and it would, you know, I haven't moved in 19 years. So.
Right. You know who else does that? Lee.
Save the box?
Yes. Every dish and pot and pan and thing that he's bought for the kitchen has a box. And so if you've ever seen his kitchen, well, then you know they have an entire room of boxes.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Doesn't make sense. Just my thing. Maybe I will get rid of them this year.
Perhaps that could be something you do. Purge them out.
My garage would be almost empty.
Then you could park your car in it.
Well, I have 2 other cars in there.
You have 2 other cars in there. Oh, that's right. You still have your RX-7.
RX-7s.
I still want to know what we're going to do about your RX-7.
Well, I think I've decided I'm going to sell it. I think I'm tired of trying to fix it. And I'm going to sell the other 2 too. I think I'm over the rotary engine thing.
Rotary engine thing. So, if you sell all of them, what grand present are you going to buy yourself?
Sounding too much. I think if I sell all of them, then I will probably, I was thinking I'll get a little Miata.
Just so you can... Yeah, the visual just happened. Ophelia driving down University, the top down.
Because, you know, I have a big car, that is not easy to park in Hillcrest. And it uses a lot of gas. But I need it because I,
You haul shit.
I haul shit, and I tow a horse, and I tow my jet ski, and.
But wait, didn't you just say that you're tired of the rotary engines? Isn't Miata a rotary engine?
No,
it's not. Would be the only Mazda product that is not, right?
Well, yeah, they've kind of got out of the rotary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. So yeah, that's what I would do.
See, I was hoping she was going to say Corvette or
no,
Benz.
I don't really like a Corvette.
Little SLK. I could see you driving around in one of those.
No, I drove in one. I would just get a little Miata. A little old Miata, that I wouldn't really...
Only one girlfriend can fit in while you're tooling
I didn't
around.
Even say that. But I think it would be easy to park. I don't think I would be as concerned, like...
Well, as long...
What?
Well, the problem is that those are the easier ones to steal. So get the hardtop one.
No, I don't know. Why would I get a hardtop? I want a convertible.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. They have the retractable hardtop one.
Oh, yeah, I could do that.
Yeah. Just because, as we're talking about convertibles, there have been 3 convertibles that have been stolen out on Center Street in the past 2 weeks. And so they're actually targeting the convertible tops. A little Mini Cooper was stolen. One of the therapists at the center, his car was stolen right out in front. Broad daylight.
Wow.
They're all convertibles. So be
I don't
careful.
really think that it matters. Christina Monet, who doesn't drive the most glamorous car in the whole wide world, it's like a 1980.
You said 19. That's all I had to hear. Sentra.
And it's been stolen 3 times.
And she keeps getting it back because once they realize, God, the piece of shit that we just stole, they just leave it on the side of the road.
They do. They always find it, but they've stolen it 3 times. So I don't really think that it really.
Which makes her smart. I guess keep the car that keeps getting stolen. I ain't paying money for another one to get stolen.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I think I would do. Get a little Miata.
I think you'd look good in that.
An old beater-up Miata.
Oh, an old one. Okay.
Yeah, I'd get an older one. One that I would care about, but I wouldn't care about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like now, I would, a car that if I wanted to park closer someplace, I could, and I wouldn't have to drive around and find the largest parking spots.
Right.
Away
that
from...
you can back that bitch into.
Yeah, And I drive a black car, so people love to ding black cars. Mm-hmm. So I park far away from everything.
If you ever traded in your big black monster car,
I would get a bigger black monster car.
Would you?
Yeah.
Like what? Like a Tahoe or something?
Yeah, I would get a Tahoe. Wow, no, actually, I think we talked about this already. I would probably get an Avalanche.
An Avalanche. Yes, I do remember us having this conversation a while ago.
I didn't like them until Yeah,
because they're kind of...
They look kind of weird, but they would be a good car for me.
For all your towing and everything.
Yeah, I'd get an Avalanche.
But the Avalanches have the truck bed in the back, right? So yes. They don't have, okay.
And then you could take all, the back all folds down, so, it's bigger. So.
Okay.
No back window comes out and everything. So.
Oh, that would be good for you. Yeah. But I would fear for you for camping because, would you be able to haul all your gear and shit all over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it seems like that bed would be a little bit smaller than like a normal truck.
Well, it is, but that's what I'm saying. So you can, if you put down the back seats, that all opens up, so you have more, so that extends out.
Oh, from the window. Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about.
And then and the window also comes out
right,
in the back. But you can also put the tailgate down and get one of those extender things, and you would have that too.
And now for car talk with Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers. You can call.
Anything else you want to know about a car?
Right. Did you do anything at all exciting this weekend that you want to share with us?
Can we just go back to cars? Did you hear about Car2Go? One of my favorite companies.
I heard one event they're doing, but that's it.
They're doing the pop-up ballet.
Yeah. In North Park.
Yes. Well, they did one last week at Miller Stadium.
Okay.
Or Miller Field. Where is Miller Field?
In LA?
No, it's San Diego somewhere.
Is it?
Do what? What is it?
He said Morley
Field.
You can't hear her.
It was more, I wonder if it was something at SDSU, or I don't know where Miller Field is.
Well, you know, they're all getting renamed, so it could be a new one.
Where is it? Miller
PB.
Field is in PB?
Oh, yeah.
What do they do at Miller Field?
Is that where they put the new, that drive-in? Remember we were talking about that drive-in?
Oh, it might have been. So they did it there too.
Okay.
Well, I think that's kind of a cool
Oh, no,
thing.
I think that's a totally awesome idea.
Well, and the other part is now they will know who is drinking and then trying to get in their car when they're leaving.
Exactly.
And then they'll revoke.
But they'll be able to get people who are wanting to go out on those particular nights, because those restaurants that they're partnering with on the one that they're doing in North Park, getting like 25% off.
Yeah.
So
no, I think it's a great idea. Well, I like, you know, I call it car to bar.
They should partner with Uber so people can actually get the fuck home.
But that's true. That's true. I do like Uber.
I love.
Although I was a little. Can we just talk about Uber for 2 seconds?
Yeah.
I think that it's very funny that they just come to San Diego. They're very slow. They don't have a lot of business. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're trying to build up, and they're trying to do promotions and do all of that stuff. Same thing with LA. They just started there too, and their business is not as great, because I talked to the drivers, and the drivers have been like, it's good, but there's a lot of downtime.
Most of their business comes from other places.
Well, and most of their business actually comes from the Hillcrest, all of that kind of thing.
Yep.
And so I had planned on using them for New Year's Eve, to go out.
Mm-hmm.
But they had, for New Year's Eve, they raised their rates 4 times.
Oh, really?
Yes. What it normally is, to ensure that you can get a ride and all of that stuff during peak hours and all of that. And I thought, and like I could see that maybe where you're established, like up in San Francisco, which they've done, or a couple of the other cities. But in a city that doesn't use you very much.
Right. Well, and I would think also too, if they were to do the opposite, like drop their rate, they would get 3 times the people that would use it for the first time and be like, oh, this is going to be my new cab company.
Yeah. No, I agree. I like them and I use them frequently. But there have been a couple of things that I've been like,
right.
Really? Like, I also think that they should reward those people that do use them all the time.
I completely agree with you on that. I say the same thing also about Car2Go. They need to have a better incentive program with Car2Go for the people that use it all the time, because I use it all the time.
Right.
It's my only transportation outside of Jay. So I would like to have, like a fucking Starbucks card.
Yeah. No, I do think that they should do something like that. I mean, for Car2Go, I go to all of their little events around town and spin the wheel and get minutes, which I love to do.
Minutes are awesome. You know who loves Uber is Joseph Sims from the Flag Football.
Yeah.
And he uses them all the time and promotes the hell out of them. And he was the one that was saying, for all the promotion that I've done for Uber, bitches should give me a free ride.
I do think that they should do something, and I think that they should also update. They're supposed to be very customer service oriented and whatnot. You get their profile and you do all of that stuff. I think that there should be a way, because the drivers score you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, which I think is cool too. You know what I'm saying? I have a 5-star rating on there. So, and now I know the drivers, and so that's all kind of cool, and the ones that come and get me and whatnot. But I also think that they should have a thing like for the people that really use it on a regular basis, that they would know where my house is. So if I get in the car, they know where I'm going.
Right.
Like my
Here are the places that you have been to. Your top 5 places.
Here's my favorite places or something.
Where are we going tonight, Miss O?
Yeah.
No, that would be awesome. But, there's the 7-minute commercial for Uber.
Yeah.
I do like them. You should download them on your iPhone or Droid.
Yes, I agree. And we missed a 5 o'clock shot.
We totally missed our 5 o'clock shot. Motherfuckers. So we're going to take a break and get one.
Fine.
All right. We'll be right back.
Although I'm not drinking.
We're back live at the Urban Moe's Couple Bar Studio. We love Urban Moe's, www.moesuniverse.com. where they have the most amazing sign when you walk in the door.
I have not seen it yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
It kind of has a few misspellings and grammar errors, but we won't point that out.
Is my picture on it?
It's your picture on it. No, your picture is not on it. You had your picture. You had your...
Whose picture's on it?
No one's.
Why isn't my picture on it? Does it mention my name?
No. It says, you're entering a gay establishment. You're a guest of the gay community. Thank you, Papa Frank.
Oh, I thought you were talking about it. Who cares about that? I thought we were talking about
Who cares
me.
about that? No, our poster is coming shortly. Very, very soon.
They've been saying that for a year.
Well...
Cheers, 5 o'clock.
Cheers, 5 o'clock.
It is 5:11, but that's all right.
So they have this sign about you come into the bar, you are welcome to come in, they love everybody, but you are entering a gay establishment.
Yeah.
So it kind
This
of...
is a gay bar?
Right, well, you are a guest of the gay community, and you know, Chris is like the mayor of the gayborhood, right? Chris Shaw. And we kind of touched on this last week when we were having this conversation about, well, you know, about when you go out to clubs and you don't think that there should be gay and straight bars, there should be just bars.
Right.
Right. But what do you feel about when you go somewhere that you know you're trying to feel comfortable with your girls and there are all these men trying to manhandle you, or there are all these...
It happens wherever I go.
I know, maybe that was a bad example.
Yeah, I'm like, hello.
You're like, do you know what I do on Monday nights?
It doesn't matter where I go. People want to touch me.
Ophelia!
Yeah, I get a lot of that. That is why I have a bodyguard.
Right?
Yeah.
Speaking of bodyguard, John, I haven't seen it forever. But so, say for instance, there is a group of straight girls having their bachelor party next to you, and they're getting all loud and riled up and rowdy.
And they're gaggly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does it tend to make you feel uncomfortable with your friends, or do you? I mean, what do you think about that? I know there has been quite a few little blog posts and topics on Facebook and stuff.
I don't think that it matters who it is. If you're annoying, then you're annoying.
Then you're annoying.
I don't think that it is that you
It's not specific to women.
No, it's totally no, because there's a lot of really annoying gay people too. I mean, like, it's really annoying. So I think that if you're annoying, and especially if you're drunk and annoying, then I think you go and you tell someone that can do something about it. Look, they're drunk and annoying.
Right.
And, you know, usually I think that most of the time, most of the bars will handle it.
Right.
Now, there are also bars that cater to that. And if you go to one of those bars that you know is catering that kind of behavior, then
there's not much you can do.
There's not, yeah, you went there knowing that, like an example, Lips. Lips caters to bachelorettes and birthdays and that kind of thing. Right. So you know that if you go there on especially on a Friday or Saturday night or whatever, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a lot of drunk girls that are gaggly and obnoxious and that's fine. Right. But that isn't what you want, then don't go there.
Then don't go there.
You know,
Got
like,
it.
I think you've got to go.
Would you, if it was happening around you at some place, say, here, for example.
Yes.
If you were here.
Yes.
And there was a group of 10 or so, anybody, girls, guys, whatever, being a little over the top obnoxious, would you take it upon yourself to go over and say something?
No.
No.
You move.
You move.
You move. I mean, yeah, I move. Because eventually, if I'm annoyed, I'm not the only one annoyed.
Right. Well, I guess that's why I'm asking. I'm wondering, because I think I absolutely would say something. I wouldn't make a big scene. I wouldn't make a big deal. I would try to be as kind of witty and
you know what
fun.
And I think that if you do that, I think that if a person at a bar, no offense, just my opinion, if you're just a person at a bar and you say something to a group of people, then you're really asking for a confrontation. They're going to be confrontational because you were confrontational with them. Now, if it's bothering you that much and you don't want to move, and this is not just you, but I mean, if it's bothering someone and they don't want to move, then go get security, go tell a bartender, go tell a manager, and say, look, that group has spilled their drink on me. They're laughing. They're, blah, 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 blah. And let them handle it. Because if an employee of the bar goes over and handles it, then they're going to have much more, they can have much more action than you will have. And what I think has happened is people will be drunk and they'll be, like, hey, you need to shut the fuck up. And then a fight starts, and then security gets involved, and it's kind of like a referee with a football game. They're not going to sit there and try to figure out who was right and who was wrong and who was this and who was that. Everyone is gone. Right. So you've wrecked your night even more when you're blaming them. Right. Because so get some, go to the, if someone's bothering you, move. Because usually the bars are big enough that you can move. And if you can't move, then tell someone. Got it.
Well, and that's kind of why I ask, because a lot of people, particularly if you're in a gay establishment and they feel like this other thing that's happening is not necessarily gay community centric or whatever, they feel entitled. So you are in my area, why are you coming here and acting this way? So.
Well, that's the problem with the world, is nobody's entitled. But here's another bar scenario. So at another bar, this happened. I got phone calls on it. At another bar recently, during a show, speaking of employees and bar people.
A performance?
There was a performance going on. This person, he was a guy, who was sitting kind of on the edge of the seat, and so kind of like in the alley kind of way. Okay. And one of the bar managers went over and told him that he was too big to sit there, and that was that a smaller person had to sit there.
Okay.
Now
that's sizest.
Yes. Then what would you do? Like, what if you were sitting there and somebody said, a smaller person has to sit here?
I would first say, show me where it says that on any wall.
Right.
And any rules and regulations. And then second of all, I'd say, I paid my money just like everybody else did.
So would you move? Would you switch seats with someone smaller?
It would depend.
Like if we were together and someone said, you're too big to sit there, would you ask me to switch seats because I'm smaller?
Because of the type of person I am, of course. Just.
Would you say anything to? Would you say anything?
To whom?
To the person that told you, or would you call the bar? Or would you stay there?
Sure, I would.
You would?
Sure.
So, but you would stay there. You wouldn't leave.
Well, no. I'm saying I certainly would be gracious enough to move if it was some 4'1" little teeny tiny girl or something that couldn't see over my obese back.
Right.
But I'm not because I'm not a dick. But if it's something that I perceive to be not like he just wants his friends to be in front or he's.
Well, no. It wasn't like that. It was that the guy said that he was too big to sit where he was sitting, that he was blocking the way, and that a smaller person had to sit there.
Oh, well, see, that to me, that doesn't make any sense. Where are the rules? What's too big? What does too big mean? Does he mean, was it blocking wheelchair access to somewhere? Or, I mean, that, I of course would start questioning.
I say, you set it up. You set up the seating arrangements. You set up the tables. You set up the chairs. So you set it up. If you fuck that up, and it then, because actual people are now sitting in the chairs, then you need to make accommodations someplace else.
Right.
That it is beyond rude that you would go to someone and say, you're too big to sit here, because it's insulting.
Yeah.
Even if they're not too big, You know what I'm saying?
Or, well, even if they are too big, that still begs the question. I would be more apt to do it if a little teeny tiny person came over and said to me, hey, would you mind switching seats with me because...
Right.
Whatever, XYZ. Then I'd be like, oh yeah, sure, probably, no problem. But if it was the security person or the bar person, no, I would say something. Certainly,
yeah,
I would say something.
But that recently happened at a club, not. So
well,
yeah.
But I'm still trying to figure out what the hell does that mean? Too big.
He said that he was too big and he was blocking the walkway.
Yeah, that's like people.
It was a bar employee that told the person that was there to see the show that he was blocking the.
Yeah. That's like somebody telling Doug, who's in a wheelchair, that he can't be at this point in the bar because it's blocking access for people to get to the bar.
Yeah. I know that. Yeah, I
know. What? Excuse me?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Of course, I've been to places too. I mean, the other part of that is I've also gone to places, and I know because my hair is big, or
I was just going to say that.
That if people have been like, oh shit, she's going to sit in front of us. And so I try to position myself oftentimes that I'm not blocking, but oftentimes that also means that I will be a little bit in an alley, in a walkway, or, you know what I'm saying?
But if somebody tapped you on the shoulder and said, honey, excuse me, would you mind switching places with me because I can't see through your hair? And it didn't seem like...
If they were cute, I would move.
Of course.
I mean...
As long as it wasn't over in the fucking nosebleed.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to... but I also, try to take that into consideration when I'm getting ready to where I'm going, to what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, that's kind of that too.
Right.
Yeah. So,
well, I do know there has been instances where my mother in the past, when she has been heavier than she is now, and she'll probably hate me talking about this right now. God, I hope she's not going to watch this episode.
She will.
Where restaurants have asked her to not sit in particular chairs because they didn't think that the chairs could handle the weight, so they would try to move her to a different booth. Or a different...
They did?
Yes.
What did she do?
Like, in front of people. Oh, well, mortified and cried and would leave.
Yeah, that's what happened. I mean, the friend that went to, that this happened to, they were mortified. I mean, like, he was like, basically, he just said, you're a big fat cow and you can't sit here. Without saying you're a big fat cow, you can't sit here. So.
I'm not critiqued by any stretch of the imagination.
I believe that he would have asked you to move.
Yeah, and so see, in those sorts of situations, I mean, if I would have been there with my mother when that had happened, I would have
I would have gone off too.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
We would be eating at that restaurant free forever. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, some people are just that way. I'm telling you.
That they're just rude, or?
Well.
Look, I wore a red bra today.
I wore a blue shirt.
Frank said, "Don't show."
Is it a bra?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Don't touch your mic.
Oh, look! You can see my red bra.
We're kind of talking about bars, so should we stay on the bar topic?
Go ahead.
For a second? Oh, that's actually pretty sexy, isn't it?
Thank you.
Wow. So
your dad's gonna be all jealous.
He totally is.
All right, go ahead.
Somebody in Armenia just had a...
Seriously, someone in the Middle East.
My friend in Dubai has just had a damn heart attack.
Babylon, which Jay did Google for us. It's in Iraq. Who knew? Well, apparently
We're talking about Dubai, but all right, go ahead.
Hey, whatever. whatever works.
All right, go ahead.
What are
we talking about now?
Let's talk about bear nights.
All right, let's also we're going to stay on the
We're going to totally stay on the bar topic.
All right, go ahead.
Because bars.
All right, so go ahead. What about it?
There's bear nights. In San Diego, we have a bear night now I think, every weekend. And we have a bear night after hours now.
Yes.
So I've been kind of noticing that what has happened is this amalgam of people that start going to bear nights has become kind of just everybody. It's not really bears.
Right.
And so I'm wondering, do you think that everybody is going to these bear nights because they feel like this is the place where everybody's accepted and they can just have fun? Or, I mean, what has caused the whole, in the past couple of years, we'll say 2 or 3 years, this whole huge bear phenomenon?
Well, this is what I think. I don't think that it is a necessarily been the past couple of years. I mean, I think that bear night, if you will, have been around for many, many years. There wasn't one every weekend or, you know, or whatnot. It was kind of more special event-y kind of thing. But what I have found, and why I think the bear night is so good, is because the music is so good. That it's not the circuit music, it's stuff that people know, it's stuff that people hear on the radio, it's stuff that people can dance to, that it is a more comfortable feeling. It is almost like, and now I will age myself, it is like way back when, you know, the West Coast Production Company days, that you went, and it was music that you wanted to get on the dance floor and dance to, and that you could do it by yourself, and you don't feel like you had to take X before you went out to the club so that you understood what the music was. I don't understand what he's saying, but they're trying to move to my house. I don't get
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. Anyways, I think he thought he was trying to be cute, but it doesn't translate. Anyway, so that was Frank, by the way.
That was Frank.
So I don't think that it's necessarily... bear night, I just think the music tends to be better. It's more danceable. It's more universal for everyone.
Right.
What I think the surge of bear nights is kind of like what always happens. One bar will do something successful, and then every other bar wants to copy that.
Right.
I mean, you look at the wet underwear contest, an example. You know, not that I started it, but, you know, it used to be, you know, just at Peacock Alley with Flo, and, you know, that's how it was, and that's where the underwear contest started. And then Nicole tried to start one, which didn't pan out, and then I took that over, and then it moved. And then it moved, and Peacock Alley had closed down, and so Flo stopped doing hers, and then so I then became the underwear contest, and I was the underwear contest for a very, very long time. And then Flick started doing it, and then Bacchus House started doing it, and then Bourbon Street started doing it, and then, you know, so then there start becoming all of these things. The problem is then you've taken away from everyone. Like, no one is doing that. What I miss are the nights where you used to be, and you're old enough that you should know this, and Frank, I know, is old enough to know this. You know, there used to be, every night of the week, a club had something. And that club was a club that you went to.
Right.
So that you knew, and people didn't compete for every night of the week.
That I was actually going to lead into this, so
right.
I'm glad you said that. Every club had their night.
Right. And now you don't really get that.
No.
You know, I mean, I remember, you know, you used to do the Hole on Monday, you used to go to Flicks on Tuesday, you did... I think it was here on Wednesdays, Thursday, you know, Friday. Every night had, you know, something for the big thing. And it spread out. And everyone got a little piece of it. When you start competing, then everyone loses out.
Correct. Because they're all pulling from the same
pool.
Which is why...
And you're never getting anything new.
Right. Right. And that's one of the reasons why I'm thinking that the whole the bear nights that have been popping up. I mean, Chris Vance, of course, started bear night at Bacchus House when Bacchus House was open, and then moved it over to
and the music was great.
Numbers, and the music was great.
That's changed as well. You know what I'm saying?
But his thing has grown and grown and grown and grown, and then of course Rich's has had their LL Bear, which has grown and grown and grown and grown. So all the other competitors are seeing that and they're like, well, I want a piece of that action.
Right.
I want a piece of that action. But when you actually go to one of those events and you look at the makeup of the people that is there, it's not all bears.
No.
It's everybody.
But the bears, the music is very good for those nights, and that people can dance and everyone feels welcome.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
you don't have to wear $175 jeans because they don't give a shit.
And you can have hair.
Right. And you can eat because there's always food.
Yeah. And you should not go in drag. That's just a suggestion.
Not unless you're planning to, only do one whore lap because you're going to get stopped by everybody.
Well, no, it's not that. It's that you want to get out there and dance, and it's hot in there, and it's just too hot.
Makes people drink.
Not that they don't want drag queens to go, but it's just too hot to go and drag in these places because you will sweat off your makeup.
All right, we should probably take a break. We've talked so much about bars. We'll take a break. We'll be right back and talk about something else.
More bars.
More bars. We're back, peed and beard and smoked.
I didn't pee.
No, you just smoked.
I'm like a camel. I can go and go and go and go.
I can't even imagine having to get out of all of that shit.
Go and go and go and go. And then when I'm done,
that's it. Which surprises me that you do. If you would actually drink a lot when you're like all
then I forget about it.
You just forget about it? Shit's all taped up.
Yeah, it's off. It's all in there. Yeah. Although, remember last week I was so sick. I flew out of here as soon as we were done.
Yes, you did.
I had to blow my nose so bad.
And you didn't want to have your face into the...
Oh my God.
Yep.
So I took a photo, because I said it's not going to be pretty. So I took a photo and then I was going to send it to you. Then I was like, oh no, because that will show up someplace.
It sure will. But instead, you sent us the photo of the pleasure ball.
Yes, I did.
Which I actually opened when we were at Betty's, and we showed everybody.
Yes.
I have yet to show it to Frank. I promise I will show that to Frank.
Yeah.
So let's talk sports because I know it's one of your favorite things in the whole world.
Okay, can we talk about the Chargers and the new hottie general manager and the new hottie coach?
He's only 40.
They're both 40.
I was going to say 40 something, but he's 40, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And where's he coming from? He's the offensive
He was the offensive coordinator of Denver Broncos.
Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
And what's his name? What's her name?
All I know is McCoy.
McCoy.
Bob McCoy. I think it's Bob McCoy.
Is he a salt and pepper hottie?
Yeah, well, he kind of was. Yeah, he looked really blonde, and now but in the thing, he looked kind of salt and pepper. Anyway, so it'll be very interesting because they're both very young.
Right.
It's the whole thing.
The GM
I kind
now?
of wonder if Spanos is getting ready to hand it over to his son,
who is
the
40.
owner. Spanos owns the Chargers.
Right, but who isn't his son around the same age?
Yeah, as the other three. So I think it would be interesting because it'll be a young.
What do you think that's going to do for the Chargers next season?
Well, I hope they'll win.
Well, I mean, draft. What do you think they'll do?
I don't know. You never really know with them. I mean, well, it'll be interesting.
Well, I mean,
they like the people they have. They like Rivers, and they're going to work on stuff. So I think. I mean, we will know for a little bit, but I'm just glad that we got young blood.
What do you think is, speaking of Chargers, what do you think is do you think that the Chargers will still entertain that whole, remember when they were talking about possibly going up to Los Angeles?
No, that's what everybody else keeps saying. They keep saying they want to stay here. It's other people that saying the Chargers want to leave, but the Chargers and they just renewed their contract on this week, so they're going to be here through 2015 now.
2015, got it.
Yeah.
Well, and talking about football, you like college football, yes?
It's okay.
It's okay. Well,
they're a little too young for me.
They're a little, well, except for this one that's kind of been in the news this week. This Manti Teapos,
right,
from Notre Dame, who was the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy, who is fucking hot beyond all hot.
He is hottie.
Oh shit!
But you'd have to burp him when you were done.
Well, I guess I could do that. I would have absolutely no problem doing that. How big is he? I don't even know.
He's pretty big.
He's 6 something. Well, anyways, the whole thing has blown up because apparently there was this big story about The game, was it against Michigan?
Well, it was out for all season, the beginning of the season. There was a story online that he lost his grandmother and his girlfriend. And there's and everyone got behind him, and because of this huge loss that he had in his life, and
he still went out and played this game, and they won, like big time won.
Yeah.
And come to find out that the story about his girlfriend is a big hoax.
And both.
And so now there's all this speculation about, everybody's talking about how the girlfriend was maybe possibly a guy, or he...
Oh, I see, and I think everyone's going to go about all sorts of stuff. What I think is the really story here is that, he's maintaining that he didn't know anything about it. That that the hoax was on him too.
Right.
And
because their relationship was primarily online.
Right. And I want to say bullshit, that you didn't know that this was a hoax.
Right.
I mean, you knew that,
this is a girl you're supposed to be dating.
Yeah.
That he had said at some point that he met in Syracuse sometime, and then she transferred to another school or something, but then...
I think that he was brilliant. I think that he was brilliant because it got his name out there when he was a college player. I think it was brilliant. Great PR.
Well, and when it comes to what's going to happen with the draft, he was runner-up for the Heisman Trophy, so he's going to be super high up there. Like, what?
And people will still take him. He's still a great player. Right.
Because he's still an amazing player.
Right.
But if it does happen to come out that this is all a big thing, what some of them are saying was to cover up his homosexuality. Some. Outsports did a big little article about it. They did a big article about it. And HuffPost picked it up too, and now they're all reporting because of all the different inconsistencies in the story. What do you think would be his chances with draft if it does, in fact, happen that he is a gay guy? He's a gay football player.
Well, I don't think that he's going to come out. I think that if he came out, sadly, no matter how good he is, he wouldn't. His career will be over.
It would suffer? Really?
Yeah.
So you don't think that the NFL is ready for an out player?
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. They're just not. It is too much. Unfortunately, it is still too much big business in a man's man world. And there, sadly, is not enough. Well, they don't feel like there's enough of a gay following for football.
Which is wrong.
False. It's way false. I think that, there are huge amounts of gay people. I think what would be interesting is that to have gay groups come out, even if he wasn't, to support him, no matter what it was.
Right.
And then I think those numbers would speak volumes. But he would not, because you look at other people that are even done with football, and to be able to stay even to do what they do, to be commentators, to do all of that kind of stuff, they haven't come out.
Right.
And I think that we can all kind of assume on some of them.
Statistically, there has to be many.
There are gay people in the league.
Yeah, there has to be.
But yeah, the people that have come out after they played, they're not.
They've done it for a reason, and probably a lot of that had to do with longevity in the league.
That have stayed in the closet?
Right.
Yes. Because the people that have come out, they're done.
Right.
So yeah, no, I don't think it's time.
Got it. I completely agree with you. I think that regardless of whether or not this all, I hope that he says he's not gay and this whole thing kind of gets washed under the rug, and that the gay community will still really support him.
But I love how they're I love how everyone has to still pull it. They're pulling at straws.
The conspiracy theory
for a bigger story than what it is.
Yeah.
That is what I think is so interesting, and it again shows how we love to raise people high and then knock them down, but that is society. Let's get you up, and then as soon as you're up there, it's like, oh, what can we do to,
Right. Well, it kind of goes into Jodie Foster at the Golden Globes.
No, it's totally different.
Well, no.
Jodie Foster.
What I'm saying is talking about that building people up,
Right.
only to knock them down, particularly with the gay community. I mean, as far as a lot of people were concerned, or as she had said when she gave her speech, which was a little strange.
She
her
was
speech
drunk.
was.
People,
drunk.
the,
She was
the
Paul
bottom
Abdul.
line is, it's the Golden Globe Awards. People drink at the Golden
Yes,
Globe
they
Awards.
do.
She was on so late that she sat there and she drank. So sure, she drank. What I think that was really interesting is that I'm not understanding why so many people went off on her. She was drunk. It was evident that she was drunk. And I think that she realized through part of it that she was drunk and she was not saying what she wanted to say. That speech was not coming out. That was a mainstream press, and that was Twitter and Facebook, little queens sitting on there right away. That was not a coming out thing. I believe, because I've listened to it now a couple of times to see what the big deal was. I believe what she was saying, and the part that she was trying, that was the news, was that she's single.
Okay.
And everyone overlooked that. She came out way and like a zillion years ago that she was a lesbian. And then in what, 2002, 2007, one of those two, she thanked
2007.
she thanked her partner.
Right.
Who they have the two kids together. The partner or ex-partner was there. And so I think that really what she was saying is that she's in a new spot in her life.
Right.
That, you know, she is, now in her 50s. She's not in that relationship anymore. She's a mother. She's done everything that she wanted to do. And, you know, she's single, and this is like new, uncharted territory.
Right.
That's what I got out of her speech.
Right. But so many in the gay community who were trying to, when all the headlines came out, is she came out at the Golden Globes, it's her big coming out speech because she...
Only the gay press.
That's what I'm saying.
The gay press came out with that.
The gay press built her up to this thing, to an icon, a legend, only to have this one speech where she's probably drunk, knock her down because she didn't do it exactly the way they thought she should do it.
She didn't come out at the Golden Globes.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Right. So
it's like eating your own.
No. It has nothing to do with eating your own. It shows how people did not get their facts straight, and they were not good journalists. That's what it shows. It doesn't show that they were trying to eat their own. It shows that people didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. That's what it shows. It shows that by them, they weren't trying to build her up. They were just trying to knock her down because she was drunk.
They already had, through a course of years, we've had our icons. We've had our icons, who are the Ellens and the Rosie O'Donnells and the Jodie Fosters. So, because those in the gay press felt like she didn't do this thing that they were thinking that she did.
What did they want her to do?
Say, I am gay, instead of I am single. Which is basically what all the headlines were kind of alluding to.
She said in 2007, she thinks her partner.
Yes, I know.
So,
but you're
we're
missing
going to go
my
back.
point.
No. I think you're missing my point. I don't need labels.
Right, no, that's not what it's about.
She doesn't need to say that she's a lesbian. I don't need to go out and introduce everyone I meet and say I'm gay. I'm not going to. I don't think anybody should do it. I don't think that this guy, if he's gay and he wants to play football, I don't think that it matters. It is that we continue to put importance on labels. And as long as we put importance, well, not we, because I do not, but as long as importance is putting on labels, then we are going to have that problem. I don't think that it should matter. I think what she was saying is that she's ready for a new chapter in her life. And at 50, because I'm just around the corner, I say good for you.
Right. And I'm agreeing with all of that.
As
everything that you just said.
Because that's correct.
But the point that I'm trying to make, where I think we're just saying it in two different ways, is that those in the gay press
are stupid.
Were unhappy with the way that it was presented because they thought it was a big coming out speech, when in fact it was not. Is that going over your head?
No, I got it. I don't think that it is. I'm saying that it is a gay press trying to make labels bigger than they really are.
That's exactly what I just said in a different way.
All right.
Girl, you need some reading comprehension.
Well, I listened to you, and it's not a building up thing.
Yes, it was a building up thing. They've done it for almost 30 years.
No, it shows how fucked up the press is.
That's what I was trying to say.
Except for HSSS.
Jesus fucking Christ.
They're listening to y'all. Jesus.
God damn. Moving on.
You're just trying to get on my side. By the way, for gun control, can we talk about 2 seconds for that? Because after my show, we talked about it on the show, and Jay got all puffy, ripped out his ears and threw them down. Then he sent me like a 9-page text.
That evening on Thursday?
Yes, that evening.
That was why he was on his phone so much that night.
It was a 9-page text. And I'm like, and so I'm sick. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of what I said. And he goes, you didn't read all 9 pages. And I'm like, I don't have my glasses on.
Read all 9 pages.
He goes, oh, well, when you get your glasses on, read it and then talk to me. Oh, another hot air balloon has crashed. That's on my breaking.
That's on your breaking news on 10. Oh, and there was another shooting today in San Diego. Lovely.
Yeah, there's lots, but we need guns. Well, and that was the police officer that shot.
Right, and the guy had an AK-47.
Yeah.
Thank God with police for what? Say that again.
Police officers with guns.
Thank God for police officers with guns. Well, where's your fucking gun? Because we have no protection right now in my truck.
It's in his truck where it can get stolen.
Right. As soon as that little Toyota gets stolen, it's off with them.
Because they are one of the most stolen trucks.
It'll be down in TJ with the rest of your car.
Thank you. They get a double whopper. They're like, ooh, we get this shitty truck and a gun.
And that truck will be the one coming across the border with 70 pounds of cocaine under the hood. Oh, Lord. We should say that, is there any events that you want to talk about? Anything?
Well, I'm going to be in Long Beach this weekend.
Oh, that's right, because it's rodeo.
It's a rodeo convention, yes.
Well, when was it in Long Beach the last time?
A year ago.
And when was it in San Diego?
The convention?
Yeah.
2 years ago.
2 years ago? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember you were at the center.
Yeah.
Long Beach, even.
Yes.
Are you very excited?
Oh, I'm just thrilled.
Just thrilled. Miss GSGRA.
What is there to do in Long Beach?
Ripples.
That's where I'm going to be Saturday night.
What?
Isn't that mining shaft still there, Frank? Yeah.
Mine shaft. No. Isn't Silver Fox or whatever the hell?
No, that's no.
That's not in Long Beach? Silver something.
I don't think that's there anymore.
Really? Well,
I don't think so.
I think Mary's is still there, right?
Yeah, I think Mary's is still there. Hamburger Mary's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might go to there too. I don't know. I'm going to cruise around.
You're going to cruise around. She'll be in Silver Lake before the end of the night.
Yeah.
It's only 20 minutes.
They don't have Uber up in Long Beach though.
I don't think so. No.
No.
And I don't think they'll come and get you for Melanie.
Well, they would, but you know how much that would cost?
Right? $700 later, she'll be like, I need you to come and get me.
No. There's cabs and whatnot, so I'm going to do that. And Coronation is coming up.
Coronation is coming up.
February 2nd.
Producer Jay is going with you.
Very excited.
And, oh my God, February 2nd. Shit, that's right around the corner, isn't it?
Yeah, and then the 3rd, which means I can't get too drunk during Coronation because the 3rd is Super Bowl.
Oh, shit. Well,
and I already have my Super Bowl parties.
She said
I've already RSVP'd. Yes, that was a miracle for me. I have already RSVP'd yes to a Super Bowl party.
She said she's not getting drunk at Coronation. I call bullshit on that. Because she knows as well as I do how long Coronation is, and there's no way she ain't drinking through all of that.
just to get through coronation, I might need to get drunk.
Jay will be the one going to the bar this time, not me.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be good.
And also, we should say we did get a little information from Stamp from LGBT Weekly that the Mardi Gras is happening on the 15th.
But not with Chris Shaw.
Not with Chris Shaw,
Who started it.
And not with the HBA, blah, blah, blah. He's putting it on with Bill Hart, who does all the pride parties. Bill Hart presents. The GSDBA Foundation, Stamp.
Yeah.
So we don't know anything about any of the details, location, any of that stuff. That's all going to be unveiled or announced on their Facebook and website next week. So stay tuned, I guess.
That's all I know.
That's all I know too.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. It's been a very lively chat with you.
It has. I'm glad that you finally saw my way.
You have glitter on your boobs. All right, everybody, we'll see you, I guess. Well, we'll see you next week. They said will not be...
Because it's Martin Luther King Day.
It is Martin Luther King Day. What up? All right, we'll see you next week.
Bye.